Hi guys, welcome back to Saving Salvage, and in today's video we find out whether my Skoda Octavia VRS passed its MOT. Now for you guys that watched the first two videos on the car, you'll notice that it was an absolute shed when I got it. It was in a lot worse condition than I thought it was going to be, and I was actually just going to sell it. I was just like, this is horrendous, I can't do anything with this. I was just going to put it on eBay, sell it, and then never actually do a video on it. It was that bad. But I thought I'll just get my mate to clean it. So he popped along, he cleaned it thoroughly for me, and it actually turned out pretty good because I actually got to clean it to sell it, just to make it a little bit better. But after he cleaned it, it actually looked pretty respectable. So I thought, no, bugger it, I'll do a video on it and see how we go. I was originally going to just do the minor things just to get it through an MOT, but I have ended up doing everything to it. I've ended up fixing every fault it's got, near enough, making it actually a pretty good car. It now drives spot on, everything is spot on. The only issue we've got now left over is the headlight issue, and I was pretty confident in the last video that it was going to be sorted, and I did see it had MOT on Monday. So I came in extra early on the Monday morning, and now let's cut to the video to see if I can get the headlights working ready for MOT. So I've got my laptop, I've got my wiring diagrams so I can find out where the pin is. So just a quick little run through on this look. So this diagram here is the right headlight, as you can see here, look. And if we look on here, we have M32, which is our main beam right. And if we go over to here, we can see M32 down here, that's in the headlight. And it gives you the exact pin outs. It tells you what pin it is on the headlight connector, and it also tells you where it goes, and it goes to J519, which is Central Electrics, and it also gives you the connector. In this case it is a T52AC, and if we go over to here, a T52AC is 52 pin connector, brown, so it's the brown one that we want. And it also tells you it is pin number 52, oh no, sorry, M32. Pin 46. So all we've got to do is go to pin 46 on the brown connector, and that will be the headlight. However, I didn't really need to get that far because look, there's pin 42. I know, oh sorry, pin 46. I know it is because it's a white connector, and that is white, and it's the only one that's cut and completely disconnected from the wiring loop. So I'm hoping this will be fairly straightforward now. I'll just connect that one up, and I can see that the other one up there on the black connector, I'm guessing that's for the left headlight, so we'll just do the same for that one. We'll just connect both of these up now, and fingers crossed the headlights then work, and then we'll actually make the MOT. Right, so it's exactly the same deal with the other side as well. I have just repaired that wire. They've all been repaired. I've insulated taped them back up, and I've plugged them back in. So all we got to do now is have a look at the wall, and we have two full beams. Beautiful. So now it should be all done for MOT. So luckily I have made it. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning here. I got here early, so I made sure I did it. So I'm now just got to put everything back together, all the glove box back in that side and all this side back together. So it's going to do that now, and then hopefully we will be good to go. So there we go, all put back together, all dash back in, all trims back in beautifully, all bolts back in, and I've also put, let's go around the other side. Glove box is all back in as well, and I've also refitted this trim properly because they didn't fit it properly before. And the reason they didn't fit it properly before is because all these clips were missing, and that is where my nice Golf comes in, because that has also got the same trim clips as this, so I just stole them off of that and used them in here. So the mighty Golf comes to the rescue again. So that's all fitted as well, and also I nicked the drive shaft bolts off of that as well, because if you remember, we had one drive shaft bolt missing, and I took it out of that, again, perfectly, so she's sweet. So, let's just jump in. I have just gone over the car and tested the final few bits, like horn, etc. Stuff like that. So now we're just going to start her up, and we're going to head over to MOT. So I'll catch you back in a minute. Beautiful. She passed. No problems whatsoever. The only thing they advised was the oil leak, which I said to them, look, it's not actually leaking, it's just residue from before. I did wipe it down as much as I could, but there is still some residue which I couldn't get to, so they have noted it down as an oil leak, but it doesn't really matter. And they've also said there's a slight split in the near side front tyre. However, I've had a look and it's hardly anything at all, so that's absolutely fine. So she has passed, she is absolutely sweet. She's got 12 months MOT and she's spot on now, so proper happy with it. And the only thing I've got left to do now is to wrap this other side rail and wrap the other inside one as well. The reason I used gloss black is because I had it laying around. It weren't as if I had it, I bought it specifically for the car, because if I had, I would have bought matte black wrap, but I had it kicking around, and the idea of obviously was to spend as little money as possible on the car, so I just fitted the gloss black. So I've now done the one side, so I've got to finish it with the other as well, but it isn't a major issue. So we're going to do that quickly now and then talk about what's going to happen next with the car. So that is this side trim all wrapped nicely in gloss black as well. So sadly, that probably, I think, just about brings us to the end of the Skoda's build. It's been quite a short one, to be fair. Only been about 4 videos on it, but there wasn't much really wrong with the car. It was just loads of niggly faults. But we've ended up doing them all. 12 months MOT, everything's spot on. The car drives really nice, which actually puts me in a bit of a dilemma because I don't actually know what to do with it now. I don't know whether to sell it or to keep it for a bit, because the boot is massive. It's already proved useful in the week that I've had it available to drive, and it drives really nice, spot on, 170 common rail diesel, so it'd be good on fuel, it'd be cheap on tax. So I think for the minute I'm going to keep it and use it maybe as a bit of a runabout. So as this is the end for the Skoda and the build, I thought I'd go through a full cost breakdown of parts and the original cost of the car, so then you can work out yourselves whether it's a good deal. I think most people have already said it's only worth about 500 quid. We know it's not worth that, we know it's worth more than that. However, we'll let you decide what it is worth. So let's just run through. First thing we did is we changed this mirror indicator here. That was £15. The next thing we did was the bonnet puller and bracket, which was another £15 as well. The full valet with interior valet was £50. And then we have the boost pressure sensor, that was £60. The roof wrap was free because I already had it left over. What else? I've also done a service on this guy as well, just did an oil and filter, and that was £35 in parts. And I think windscreen as well. Windscreen was £150, and that is it, I believe, on the cost front. And then we have the price of the car, which was £1,500, including all fees and delivery. I'm pretty sure I had this delivered. I can't even remember now, to be fair. But it was £1,500 all in anyway. So that brings us to a grand total of £1,825 cost. Oh, and the MOT as well. But we can't really include that because every car needs an MOT. So we'll ignore that. But it has got 12 months MOT on it as well. So £1,825. And it's spot on now. So I personally think it's worth probably about £2.5 grand, in my opinion. With what it is, obviously it's a Skoda VRS, it's an estate car, very useful, it's a 2 litre TDI, it's a 170, so it has got a lot of things going for it. The only downside is possibly the mileage. However, these common rail diesels are very good with mileage. It still drives like it's done 50,000 miles. So I'm pretty confident this is worth £2.5 grand, but it doesn't really matter because at the minute it's not for sale. So yes guys, that is the end for now of the Skoda VRS. She is all done and ready and will be hitting the road soon as a runabout. And you'll also notice that the RS4 engine has gone as well. I was going through the comments on the video I posted about the RS4 engine, and a lot of people are just saying that can be fixed fairly easily, to just send it to an engine shop and get them to recondition it. So that is exactly what I have done. Thank you everyone for your recommendations. I have managed to find one fairly local to me, which was a bonus because that means I could just take it down there on the back of the transporter and just drop it off and leave it with them in between work. And that is exactly what I've done. I've dropped it off there today and they are going to have a look at it and hopefully recondition the bottom end for me, because as I found out the hard way, there was obviously a little bit of debris stuck in the engine, and I don't have the facilities here to be able to clean it out properly and do it all properly. So I'm going to get them to rebuild the bottom end just to make sure there is no bad things in it. They have looked at the crank and they did say they'd be able to machine it and fit oversized bearings in. So that is what we're going for. I haven't got the exact quote yet, and I haven't actually had the official confirmation that it can be repaired. They are going to just strip it down and have a look first. They're going to test everything just to make sure it can be repaired, and then I'll get a quote. So that is where we're at with the RS4. So hopefully the engine can get reconditioned and go back in. So that means we're a bit of a loose end at the minute with content, because Skoda's done, RS4's in the works in the machine engine shop. So luckily I have another car for you. In the next video, I will be doing a reveal for the new project. This is another cheap project, a bit like the Skoda, however slightly different, because I took everyone's advice with the RS4 build. The first couple of videos, everyone said they really enjoyed the mechanical side of things and the engine stripping down. Although that hasn't gone to plan, doesn't mean we can't try again. So the next project, guys, is again a mechanical issue, so hopefully it will be some good content for you. I have no idea what it is yet. I literally got the car a couple of months ago, I wheeled it off the transporter, and it's sat in the yard ever since. I've not tried to start it, not tried to even turn the ignition on, I've not done anything to it. I'm going to wait until I video it for the first time with you guys and go over it properly. And a bit of a spoiler, unfortunately it is going to be a VAG car with this one, purely because I am a Volkswagen Audi technician, so I have all the equipment for them. I've got the wiring diagrams, I've got the technical books, I've got the software to read the ECU, so it will be a VAG car. However, I hope that's not too much of a problem, but I do promise on the next bigger build, when the RS4 is done, I will promise I will get a non-VAG car. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode, which will be the reveal of my new cheap project car. Cheers, guys.